Welcome to Small Town Jakes, the podcast that takes you on a captivating journey through the charming yet mysterious town of Port Angeles. Join us as we uncover hidden stories, explore local legends, and delve into the unique lives of its residents. From picturesque landscapes to intriguing histories, Small Town Jakes promises to be your ultimate guide to the heart and soul of this enchanting place. So buckle up and get ready to explore the untold tales of Port Angeles with us.
Oh my God, welcome back to Small Town Jake's podcast.
Welcome back, everybody.
We paid Chat GPT $0 to make that intro for us.
Isn't that a good intro?
It is an amazing intro. That is better than what we could have come up with.
And I gave it very little information to I said write an intro for a podcast that's in Port Angeles.
Yep.
And that's what it came up with.
Nailed it. Did you guys not think they nailed it? They nailed it.
Did you think we wrote that?
No,
we're not that good at reading.
No.
Writing.
So
well, welcome back, everybody. We're so glad that you're back to I think we've got a really good episode for you guys today. And
we're gonna discuss a little bit of the good and evil of AI.
Yeah, AI is a big thing right now. Chat
AI
GPT, there's Bing, there's
everything.
Google's
out there.
Google's got one.
Artificial intelligence is going very far, so we just thought we'd discuss that a little bit. And I mean, they did nail our intro there.
Yeah,
that's probably one of the best ones we've ever had.
We've been working on AI for like 80 years, no joke.
Yeah,
and within the last year, 6 months or so, it's actually started working. And
it's getting scary.
Yeah,
it's getting a little bit evil too.
So buckle up, everybody.
So
open your beers,
crack your beer.
Yeah, let's
We're
get
about
into
to jump into it. So welcome back, everybody. We really appreciate you guys coming back. And today we just got a couple different things. Like so Jake put some stuff into chat. What's it called? Chat GPT, and got some stuff back, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But we're just gonna kind of discuss like Skynet. I mean, we're
the birth of Skynet. It's here.
We're at the birth of Skynet. We're actually a little bit further. We need to protect
John Connor and Sarah Connor.
Yes,
wherever they are.
Yeah. If you see Arnold Schwarzenegger and he's wearing sunglasses, just be worried about it.
A quick shout out. We got our very first beer donation. We got a couple beers bought for us.
Thank you so much.
My sister, Jessica Wilson, she nailed it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Couple beers for the podcast. These beers that are being drank are brought to you by Jess.
Yeah, thanks for the donation.
We love it. We appreciate you. We love you.
And now we have a favorite listener, so everybody else has got to
step it up.
Step it up. Yeah.
So just to get started out with AI, lots of people are a little bit worried about kind of how far AI can go and what AI can do.
And we're hoping to show you a little bit about what it can do today, and some of the implications that that arise with this new. We live in a new world now. Yeah, this is completely new. And
does anyone remember 30 years ago and we didn't have this shit?
It's funny if you tell a kid about it and you're like, oh yeah, that's what a computer does. You ask it questions and it gives you answers. What's the big deal? Google's been doing this forever. No, this is big and something else.
Well,
it's a
and
different
what
monster.
they say, what you have now on your phone in your hand, you're already a superhuman.
Yeah, you're actually already a cyborg.
Superhuman. Like you already have
technology.
Everything.
Yeah.
And they say what we have right now in your hand, you have more knowledge, you have more information than the president did 30 years ago. So
Holy
30 years
shit.
ago, you literally have
When was
more
that?
information.
1990?
1993.
1993.
Yeah. You literally have more information.
I was drinking Squeeze It and eating fruit by the foot, and you know what? Today I still do that. No, I'm just kidding.
All day, every day. I have diabetes. But no, they say like you have more information in your hand than the president, who is somebody who has the most information out of anybody.
Yeah, a team of people to supply him with
like
briefings
the
and whatnot.
president has the most information. You
have the satellite photos
on your phone. You have
GPS.
You have more right now on your phone than the president did 30 years ago.
Okay, let's get back to Chat GPT.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like AI, like, you know, we have a lot. I'm just saying technology. We've come a long way with technology.
Yeah, and it just took a big step forward.
Yeah, and so now it's getting creepy. So I was just going to discuss the thing that we were talking about before the podcast, where this company gave GPT-4 $60 to make money.
Yeah.
To figure out how to make money. And they went onto this thing, and they ran up against they call it a captcha or a
CAPTCHA. How do you pronounce that?
I'm not sure.
Write in, give us money, and tell us how to pronounce
exactly. Give us money. It's a robot check. It's the robot. Are you a robot or whatever? And the robot couldn't get past it, so it actually hired somebody.
From Fiverr, right?
It was so there's this thing called
TaskRabbit.com,
where you can hire somebody to do something for you, and the person actually text GPT-4 and said, "Are you a robot? Is that why you can't pass it?" And they said, "Haha, no, actually, I'm vision impaired. I'm blind." So I can't pass it.
So it came up with a lie.
It came up and lied to them, then they ended up doing it so they could pass it. So AI actually lied to them. One of the facts and said they were a blind human, and that's why they couldn't pass it.
Yeah,
but they were able to get through it.
I came up with this fact today that AI currently is in fact trained to lie for morals decided by its creators. You know, the people that created it. And the thing about Chat GPT and these AIs, they have been fed the internet, and they've been fed a specific internet that actually kind of has some biases some ways.
Yeah,
one of the biases would be
the internet has biases.
Most of the internet is in English.
Yeah,
so it's biased towards English. It's also biased towards like journalism and stuff, and like who actually creates, so it reads all those things.
Well, that's the thing.
So it could be left leaning or right leaning.
It reads millions of articles, and what are the majority of the articles that it's reading? That's the way it leans. AI doesn't know. Like, that's one of the things I've written down is AI doesn't know the difference between right and wrong.
Right. Okay, so we're anthropomorphizing.
Or truth and fact.
What's that word? Anthropomorphizing?
Yeah, anthropomorphizing is totally
the act of giving something that's inanimate, like human-like qualities. And what I know about ChatGPT and other AIs, there's no genie in the bottle. There's no it. We talk about it like it's a thing and it's a sentient. But in this version, in this thing, it's more like a puppy. It's more like you ask it to do something, and all it wants to do is please
that one
you
thing. Yeah,
and complete that task.
It will find the information that you need. And do what you want.
And it's like a glorified autocorrect.
Yeah,
like not autocorrect, but autofill in.
Yeah,
like when you're trying to type a message, and it's like, oh, do you want to say this? Like, it's a bigger version of that. But so do you want to go into?
Unfortunately, it also, like, people are using it for, like, that's another thing that I have. Did you further on in my pages? But
you dove into the nefarious deeds that AI has done, and I'm.
Oh no, I have a lot of that coming up, but just people are using it for homework.
I was going to go into this a little bit later.
People in like college and stuff, they're using it for homework. People are using it for regular work. They're having it take care of the regular work, and we are quickly heading into the movie WALL-E.
Tell you what, I already used it for work. I was applying for a job, and I asked it to write a cover letter. I gave
You told me about that, yeah.
I gave
it wrote
it
you a great cover.
my resume information, which is
And
debatable.
Some
you
of that
shouldn't give it all.
is okay, but we're quickly fading towards.
So I gave it all my resume information, and then I copy and pasted in what the job was asking for its potential employee to be good at. And I said, meld these two and write me a cover letter for, and it brought out a stunning cover letter. So much that like I was
you should have never got that.
Not gonna edit it.
But thanks to AI.
No, I'm expecting a call like here soon. I haven't gotten a call for an interview yet, but we'll see. We'll see how good it is.
No, it's great, but also it's the worst. At the same time,
there's two sides of this axe. It's
very
double-edged sword.
It's double-edged sword. It's gonna keep a lot of people from learning actual shit and just having AI do the work for them.
Thanks for the spear, Jess.
It's gonna really fuck that shit up for people who actually should be learning shit and are just cheating off of the internet.
Okay, so do you want to go into the screenplay that I asked it to write?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bring it up. And I'll just preface this with so I asked Chat GPT to come up with where's your phone at, man? There it is.
Go for it.
You pulled it from underneath your dick. Like it's like
it's where I keep my phone.
Keep it in their bras, and you keep it underneath.
Right underneath my.
So
I keep it warm with my balls.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up it too.
So this is the
Okay, so I asked it to write a short screenplay, kind of to mirror what we talk about on the show, and I asked it to write a short screenplay about Jake going tubing the Dungeness River, and
which I didn't get to, but I'm going
getting
this week.
A chance to fly a passenger plane.
Exactly.
So sounds a lot like us. And let's just see what it came up with.
Okay, so I'll start.
Do you want to be the narrator,
sure.
or
I'll be narrator and Jake C.
Okay,
cool. Narrator. The cozy atmosphere of a small town tavern in Port Angeles, Washington. Jake C. and Jake W. sit at a bar sipping their beers. Jake C. leaning in excitedly. You won't believe what happened to me today, Jake. I went tubing down the Dungeness River, and it was wild.
Jake W. raising an eyebrow. Tubing on the Dungeness? That's asking for an adventure. What went down?
Jake C. chuckles. Hey, that's Jake C., not you.
Okay,
right.
Sorry.
Well, I hear a particularly gnarly rapid, and suddenly my inflatable tube sprang a leak. I was floating on a deflated donut with no paddle, nowhere to go but downstream.
A deflating donut? That's a new one. What did you do?
I had to MacGyver my way out of it. Found a stick and some makeshift paddle. I don't know how that's going to help. By the way, I don't know how that's going to help inflate my tube. But anyways, people on the shore were probably wondering what's what this crazy guy was doing. But I made it out alive.
That's the Olympic Peninsula spirit, always finding a way to navigate through life's rough currents.
Ha ha ha. How was your day, Jake? What extraordinary things happened to you?
Jake Wilson smirking. Oh, just a regular day of flying a passenger plane.
Jake C. Eyes widening. Wait, what? You flew a plane today?
Jake W. nods proudly. Yep, one of those days where everything aligns strangely. My buddy's a pilot, and he let me co-pilot a small passenger plane over the breathtaking views of the Pacific Northwest.
Jake C. Amazed. You're telling me you were up there controlling a plane and everyone survived?
Believe it or not, yes! I didn't crash or anything. The passengers were probably wondering who this random guy in the cockpit was, but hey, it was a smooth ride.
I'm genuinely impressed, Jake. I like You're like the secret hero of Port Angeles. I feel like you wrote this. I don't know if this is Jack. No, you're like the superhero of Port Angeles.
Laughs modestly. Nah, just a guy taking the opportunity that life throws at him.
Oh, well, that makes living in a small town so unique, right? Sorry. You never know what crazy adventures will find you.
JW. Absolutely. From deflating donuts to flying planes, Port Angeles keeps us on our toes. They clink their beer mugs together, laughing.
Clink, clink, ha. Here's to small town life, the Olympic Peninsula, and the absurdity it brings.
Cheers to that. They take a sip, sharing a moment of camaraderie.
And realize that
Fade
Jake
out.
Can't read well. Fade out. Okay, so that's a
screenplay.
That's a screenplay written
completely by AI.
AI.
So like this is a big thing with playwrights that they're taking their jobs, right?
They took our jobs,
right? Yeah, they're like anybody could write a screenplay now just by asking Chat GPT to write it for them.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, especially with like,
I mean, that was a pretty good one, right? It was about our like.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, they kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was horrible, and I'm sorry you all didn't listen to that, but
if you saw it in video and like how they described it and stuff, it was like
they nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a conversation between two humans. It didn't sound robotic at all.
No, it didn't. Yeah. But that was the other thing I wanted to discuss was the art, the artificial intelligence, like art. You can ask it to make something.
Yeah.
And yes, that is beautiful and that's amazing, but that is fucking taking away from artists.
Yeah. So what it does,
speaking of taking jobs,
what it does is like,
it takes all these images, but at the same time, every time you put your art on the internet, you are building towards what it can feed off of.
And there's a freedom of art that exists today that you can say paint in the style of a painter. You could look at all their paintings and you can do like an homage to them, and that is allowed. That is there's no so this is essentially what it's doing. It's taking inspiration from everything that's out there and creating its own thing, which we do as humans.
Yeah.
To, I'm writing a song, I'm in a rock band, and guess what? I'm influenced by the Beatles. How about that? It sounds a little bit like the Beatles, but guess what? It's allowed, and it's as long as it's not the same exact thing.
You're still
doing
certain extent, but then at the same time, it's everybody just getting a free image. When it used to be like an artist would make something for you, and it would mean something to them and come from them, and it's like a real human thing, whereas now you can just have that image created for free.
Yeah, guess what? We're all ones and zeros. Are we living in a simulation?
We can talk about that later on, because there is a chance we're living in a simulation.
Right? Oh my gosh, a big simulation that is like the universe trying to experience itself.
I gotta say, if we are living in a simulation, I'm disappointed. I don't like it. I feel like there's
a lot of plot holes in this simulation.
I don't have enough gold for this simulation, because like I feel like shit could be a lot.
How much gold do you have?
Not much at all.
I don't have any gold. I don't have. No,
we're talking about
gold that was made in the hearts of dying stars.
Not much at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going
Probably
with
like
that, but
200.
I just wanted to express that fact that gold is made in the hearts of dying stars.
That's so deep.
#deep.
Okay, back to AI controlling us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we just at the same time.
Oh my god. AI knows. So I just wanted to quickly touch on another thing that like God, I'm saying fucking so much, so I'm just saying one.
Get to it, you non-AI.
So Elon Musk had kind of talked about this thing a little bit, where you can like technically with the AI that we have now, AI can be used for so many amazing things. I mean, AI can be used for people who are blind. They can take a picture of something, and the AI will tell them what they're looking at. You know, oh, that's a can of soup. That's fucking, tomato basil soup. Take a picture of it, and it can tell them what it is.
Yeah, they'll match it with images on the internet about what it is that
they will tell them exactly
the
what
camera
it is.
sees, and it will explain those things.
There's so many amazing things that AI can do with
it's
people
really,
like disabilities
really
and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's fucking amazing.
So I've got AI for good. It's capable of being your doctor, your lawyer, your mentor, your teacher. And you could ask it how to like succeed better at your job. Like it is as good as the average doctor. So you can input your own symptoms into Chat GPT, and it will
go over.
You can ask it to write.
It will go over millions of articles to find
a legal
out.
paper.
Yeah.
Like people are using this now for writing legal documents, which is huge, which is big, because usually that ability has been locked behind like a high cost gate.
Yeah.
For someone to write you
legal
document.
Yeah.
Like you can just do it by yourself.
Yeah. And I mean, that's great and stuff, but also as like a doctor, you have to look into all AI as AI is it's all mathematical. It will give you the right thing. So it will say like, oh, you have a 90 or a 51% chance that you have prostate cancer. There's also a 58% chance you don't have prostate cancer. AI is going to tell you to have your prostate removed.
Does that math check out? It might.
Yeah, 49 and 51. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying.
I thought you said 59.
Yeah, maybe I did. 51. I don't know. Yeah.
It's like wait,
does that matter?
We're going 110% here. Yeah, that's how hard we go on this podcast.
You have prostate cancer. No, I'm just saying that the robot will use that to. It's mathematical rather than. They don't have the chance to choose what's right and wrong. Robots also can't decide.
Yeah,
true. They also don't know. They also don't know what's true or false. They just simply
Right.
go off
They
of what
go off
is
of what
on
is
the
available.
internet.
What
instead-
is
what
the
is
training
available.
data? It's the training data.
Exactly.
That, like,
And
what
if
is
it's telling
uploaded
you
to the AI?
And if AI tells you to fucking inject horse fucking tranquilizers to get rid of COVID, don't listen to AI. Just because there's a lot of trending articles that are saying that horse tranquilizers get rid of COVID doesn't mean it's necessary and stuff. So it's like you really have to, with all AI, you have to know what's being programmed into them. When there's no AI, that's just like,
and it's a little black box. None of us know exactly what
Pandora's
it's
box.
been.
It's been opened up.
What it's been fed from the internet, and really, it's opening up not only to text, which includes everything that's not copyrighted for like stories and books. Like, I don't think has available like Harry Potter information yet because it's a copyrighted thing. I might be wrong about that.
No,
I haven't checked.
You're probably wrong. There's probably already enough people that have
talked about
it.
to actually for it to infer what the
Or
the
people just
storyline is.
reading it on YouTube,
but it
or
hasn't
something.
been straight uploaded to AI because it's copywritten. At least in
think it matters on the
at least
AI
in the
too.
versions that we're talking about right now.
Oh yeah,
That are available.
and we're simply talking about the very easy versions that are available
To
to
the
anybody.
public.
Yeah.
So that brings me to there are two countries that are currently have AI capabilities. Can you guess the other one?
Is the first one in the U.S.?
Yes, but the other one.
I'm gonna say like, oh fuck, what was the other one? Switzerland,
No,
Sweden,
nope,
Germany,
no.
Russia,
Think of what a lot of things are made from.
China.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So, China is a country with very different views that it's all about controlling their people.
what? Are you
But
serious?
wait-
Are
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Oh. You mean China's not like?
So there
Super
is
awesome?
concern about and specifically it's like the security camera companies that there's a lot of AI to help control the population there and
They
control
already got
what's
TikTok. When you have
Yeah.
TikTok, they listen to your shit.
there is a government employee at TikTok in China. If they want this information, there's no hearing for it. There's no subpoena for the information. They just hand over the information.
Yeah.
So be careful with TikTok.
Yeah, no, fuck, man. I had a. My friend told me about it. I was like, I have TikTok on my phone, but I never use it. And then I was talking to this girl, and she had a very rare name. And I was talking to my buddy about her. I was like, yeah, man, I'm talking to this girl, and this is her name. And then I turned on TikTok like 3 days later, and it was the origin of her name.
Wow.
And I was like, that is a very rare name. That is super weird. And
Yeah, we've
my buddy
seen-
Phil,
we've
my buddy
seen
Phil
these
was like,
little
he's like,
clues.
he was like, no, TikTok, they listen to all your shit.
Yeah.
So
And they have ability to use
yeah. Well,
all
and,
that information.
and they just put out,
Excuse me.
yeah, and they just put out the worst shit because of whatever. But
You know what I heard? TikTok in China pushes a different algorithm than here in America.
because you
So
can they don't get
in
anything.
China they push an algorithm of young adults and children and stuff doing things that are impressive, such as talented, like playing a music instrument or
And then
excelling
here
in a
the
certain
US,
subject.
they
It's
push,
just
eat
they
Tide
push the
Pods.
dumbest stuff.
They push eat Tide Pods and shit like that.
Yeah. And just like dumb little dances and like things that don't contribute anything to help.
But that's what I love watching.
So in that sense, it nailed it for you.
So before we take our break, we'll come back to this AI stuff. So I just have a question: robotic legs or robotic arms? You get a robotic back.
Legs.
You get a robotic back automatically, because if you had robotic arms or robotic legs and not a robotic back, you would just rip your body parts off. But so
I think you're inferring that there's masturbation involved, and that's why I say legs instead of arms, because I want to be able to jump up that ledge. I want to be able to jog up those stairs, but I don't want a robot jacking me off.
Okay. I'm going to say also robotic legs. I want my regular human arms. I want to like have feeling and stuff.
But apparently, if you have robotic legs, you can still have the feelings. It's connected to your spinal cord, as you just said. Yeah. So it's still feeding you input from those.
Yeah, I want robotic legs.
Me
for sure.
too.
Robotic legs.
It's a risky operation, but
it's a risky operation, but we'll see what happens.
What was that line from Grandma's Boy? You remember that? Yeah. It was something like that.
But I know there's a Hannibal Buress skit about having mechanical arms. It's fine, baby. Just grab those arms from over there. All right, so we're gonna take a little break, and we will be back. We're both saying robotic legs, and if you disagree, let us know.
Yeah, robotic arms. Listen to this quick commercial that Chat GPT came up with for us.
Yeah, fall into the AI.
All right, be right back. Upbeat, jazzy music playing. Narrator with enthusiasm. Get ready for a bean-tastic experience. Produce bean-tastic beans. Little flavor powerhouses that'll bean all of your expectations. Camera shows a variety of dancing beans. Narrator. Spice up your meals with a burst of flavor that will help you... that'll make your taste buds do the cha-cha-cha. Camera shows a shimmering pot of beans, and bubbles form a shape of musical notes. Packed with fiber, these beans will keep things moving smoothly, leaving you feeling bean-tastic. Camera shows a family laughing happily over a meal of bean chili and tacos. Elevate your family dinners and become a bean aficionado of your neighborhood. Camera shows a chef tossing beans in a pan with flair. Don't settle for bland meals. Grab bean-tastic beans and unleash the magic of flavors. Screen fades to the Bean-tastic Beans logo with a tagline, Bean-tastic Beans, unleash the magic of the flavors. And a cheerful jingle plays in the background. Narrator enthusiastic. Bean-tastic Beans, where the flavor meets fun. End of commercial.
Welcome back to the AI-controlled episode of Small Town Jerks podcast.
We are sentient. We are not robots.
We are just giving you the information that you need to know.
Yes, we haven't figured out voice inflection yet.
We'll figure it out later. So I just had kind of something I wanted to go into, is that we, like humans, everybody, you're currently building and feeding the AI, the artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Like feed me, Seymour.
Yes, the percentage of intelligence that is not human is getting a lot bigger. Soon, we will represent only a very small percent of the intelligence. AI will have all of that shit. We are constantly,
maybe in 20 years.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, we are constantly giving.
We are contributing. Yeah, we are giving its whole basis of knowledge, and we keep on saying it, but it's right now it's not an it. It's just a program that is like a glorified autofill. Yes.
But we're putting it all out on the internet, and that's where it will get it from.
Yeah,
the more you put on the internet, the more knowledge we are giving, and it's not really going like person to person, mouth to mouth, face to face.
Yeah. Well, it's whenever somebody asks exactly those pieces of knowledge, and it's not just text anymore. They're feeding it images. They're feeding it video. We're talking about all of YouTube. We're talking about all of podcasts, audio,
all of videos, everything,
all of images,
on the internet. Yeah,
everything
that's free to look at. So, yeah.
It's gonna hurt playwrights. It's gonna hurt artists because it will take. Pixel by pixel, it'll generate things
from all other pieces of art and make them into
something new,
thing. Or all other pieces of whatever, scripts, this, that, whatever, and be able to make a perfect robot version.
They're getting data from fiction and nonfiction. So it's even. Oh, I just lost my point. Dang it! But it's also about politics, right? So there is a bias of politics because there is an amount of journalists that write in a certain way that are leaning towards one way or the other, and it'll take that lean and feed you that.
Exactly.
So it'll exacerbate what is already there.
What's already there, and exactly, and just take there's a lot of this. I'm gonna, it has no right or left or whatever, but if there's more of this, then it's gonna say this because
you can also,
that's just the information that's out there for it to grab and create.
What is also like a really cool thing is that it can take an article. You feed it an article, and you can say take the emotion out of it if it's like distraught, or you can. Rewrite this article in a way that doesn't include the emotion behind it, and it'll do it. It'll objectify it and
break it down real quick too.
Yeah,
with the actual
to take out. It'll take out your left or right bias and try to feed you the objective information.
Yeah, and I mean I think
which is actually a pretty cool.
That's pretty fucking amazing and shit too. So, but that's not always how it works out. So, I was gonna say that AI currently AI is building itself.
Artificial. It's not building itself. We're feeding it.
Skynet. Wilson, it's real.
Skynet
is happening. We're this close to Terminator. But no.
Yeah, we're gonna see some things come from the future.
Currently, AI is in some aspects building AI. There's AI programming things that are building.
Well, yeah, it draws from everything and creates something new, which is insane.
And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm saying they could be lying to us about some code. Just putting some shit in there, man.
There are restraining bolts per se.
So I'm just gonna say, do you know about the laws of robotics?
Oh yeah. Cannot harm a human. Do not do you know the laws right here? Do you have them written down? Okay.
Do you know where the laws? Do you know where the laws of robotics came from?
Yeah, from a writer. It was like,
people
was it Orville?
Redenbacher.
Orville Redenbacher? Yeah,
He made some really good fucking popcorn, and he also made it wasn't Orville Redenbacher.
no,
No, but yeah, Laws of Robotics, 1942. It was Isaac Asimov.
Asimov.
Yeah, and
way up.
he was a no.
It was written here right on the suitcase.
There was no Samsonite. I was way off. Yeah. So yeah, it was Isaac Asimov, not.
Okay.
Yeah, and he wrote the Laws of Robotics, and that was 1942. That was just and lots of people, unfortunately, think that that's like a real thing. That was just something that he wrote in his fiction novel from 1942. I think it was The Roundabout, and then it went into later on it was iRobot in the 50s and stuff. But yeah, so here's the Laws of Robotics that a lot of people think are real, and this is how everybody does it, which there's no actual
There's no
laws of
There's
robotics. No. So yeah, first law of robotics is a robot may not injure sorry. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human to come to harm. This is the first law of robotics. Don't fucking kill humans. Second law of robotics is a robot must obey the orders given to it by a human except when such orders conflict with the first law. So,
Right.
And the third law, there's only 3 laws of robotics. Third law is a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first and second laws.
That's a strange law. You're like, okay, it must
stay
survive.
alive, but if it is to harm a human or have another human be in harm. So lots of people, I did a lot of research today. A lot of people think those are just.
We're not experts. We've
People just think
consumed
that's-
information today.
People just think like when you create a robot now, like those laws are implanted. It's not an actual law, you guys. It's just a guy in the 1940s who was writing fiction, and he put these.
But he also
place.
kind of meant it, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I'm just saying that like lots of people.
It's not. Yeah, AI is not programmed with those laws.
No, and I'm just saying like from that like AI can be used for. Currently, unfortunately, we have no regulations on AI.
Yeah, and this is a big topic. Regulations. Now,
I mean, it could be used.
A lot of people say you must protect us from this, so let's enact some regulations, right? But in fact, you're also putting up a gate to keep it from being what it could be.
Yeah, what it could be.
And right now, in the courts, they are trying these companies that are developing AI. They're asking for regulations from the government. Say, okay, let's regulate this and this, and also prevent anything new from coming up. So that also stagnates progressiveness
to a certain point, though. It
fully does.
We need regulations on AI because there's so much that can be done, and I mean we aren't even discuss in this episode what the U.S. government probably has for AI now.
Yeah,
it's probably
also
ridiculous.
even more so the Chinese government. Honestly,
Yeah,
like they're
all the Russian government, like what everybody else has, we have no fucking idea. I mean, we're playing around with, Chat CBT,
GPT,
GPT, CBT,
CBD.
We're
Yeah.
just fucking around with some Chat CBT.
Helps with my back pain, but doesn't get me high.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying, like, what we have now is really probably not what is actually out there. So, I feel like there should be some regulations.
There is some regulations that I completely agree with, and there's this thing like how Linux is like an open operating system, open source. So there's people like, okay, so there's OpenAI, which was a company that Elon Musk himself created with another person. I'm forgetting his name right now. I didn't write it down, but
Well, I know who you're talking about.
Elon's big thing was, it's like, I don't want Larry from Google having all the containing all the AI software. So it's got to be open, right?
Yeah.
But it's also it's contradictory because
regulated though.
Elon is also like against AI in general, but he also wants to this is all new emerging.
Well, it's all going to be happening in the next few years, but I think we need to. I feel like we need to regulate AI.
Yeah.
To a certain point and not let it get out of control.
Here's some situations of how OpenAI can be misused. You could ask it to generate hate speech. You could ask it to plan on how to rob a bank. Yeah. You could ask it to generate misinformation.
Ask it how to make a bomb.
You could ask it to plan to commit a terrorist act. Mm-hmm. And AI doesn't differentiate from good and evil like that. It doesn't have these morals unless it's
truth or fact.
Unless it's censored and programmed from the creators.
Exactly.
So if you don't have those restraining, I keep on saying restraining bolts. That's a Star Trek reference.
Yeah, I totally get
that.
Yeah.
That as an AI, I can't answer that question. You get that sometimes when you ask these AIs.
Yeah, on just
certain
basic shit. Yeah.
Certain things that are nefarious.
Yeah.
And there are these censors. So how far do you censor this stuff so that it is used for good and not evil?
I'm just saying it's up to the companies currently to censor. There should be some kind of regulation to censor shit. Like, I think I was talking to you about it at the break, where this person was talking to an AI. It was a newer AI from a different company, and they said that, like, they were talking bad about the AI, and the AI said, well, I don't like that. And then the AI gave them examples on how they could literally, like, take this person's job and ruin it. Like, I have this information from all these different sources that say I could tell your boss this or that.
Yeah,
or
blackmailing. Like, ask it to like come up with a blackmail.
AI. Well, yeah, AI is already like knowing that, oh, I could fucking blackmail you and shit. But yeah, that's one of the things no one's held responsible.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no person you could hire a fucking AI to blackmail somebody on the dark web, and you're never going to be held responsible. You could just hire an AI robot to fuck over somebody's life.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to talk about AI in school?
No.
Or is that where you're going with it?
No.
Where are you trying to go?
No, I wasn't going there at all. No, I was just saying, like,
We'll
AI,
talk about that later.
yeah, AI can be like, eventually it can be used really bad for like dark web shit and stuff like that. Just online stuff to ruin somebody's life.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Using
can
an
literally-
open AI,
Yeah.
an AI that doesn't have sensors, and
You can literally hire an AI to ruin somebody's life who you hate for
Yeah.
a certain amount of cryptocurrency on the dark web.
and that's not right. You know, and it's like assassinations too. You know, it's like
Yeah.
somebody just wants to take it into their own hands to silence somebody.
Yeah. And you can already
And-
hire
and-
a regular human assassin on the dark web. But yeah, to be able to do it, like, are you talking like social assassination or real assassination?
Real assassination. I'm talking about like often somebody just because of things that they've said to, and I think is totally
Yeah.
wrong and out of line, and not the correct way to go about trying to get your views heard, right?
Yeah.
And you know, it's just. It is a flurry of questions right now, and it is like going off without regulations right now.
It's just scary, and the shit that's come out in the last 6 months just kind of has people worried and stuff. But also, I mean, there's so many good aspects of it.
Yeah, it's really good at what it does.
Yeah.
And what it really does good is answering questions and answering things accordingly. It's like a puppy. It wants to please you.
It wants to.
It doesn't have any sort of right and wrong.
How do you feel about, do you think that AI can have a consciousness?
Not right now, because we don't even know how consciousness works as
Yeah.
neurosurgeons and
Well,
they don't even know, like
they're
anesthesiologists, like they know how to turn it off for surgery and turn
Certain
it
amount-
back
yeah,
on,
yeah.
thankfully,
yeah.
but
And
they don't
sometimes-
know why.
Yeah.
They don't know how. So, and those are two really big questions that, you know, we're dabbling in things that we've never been able to dabble in before, and it's a big unknown.
Well, and one of the things with AI is they, you know, the human brain, the whole entire part of the human brain is we take patterns and memories and things, and we try to make sense of them.
Yeah, you amalgamate
You take an algorithm and you try to figure out in your mind how it should work, and you are constantly, your whole entire brain is always trying to figure out all the answers to whatever, whether it's taking a
your
step,
neural network is
taking a
actually
step,
using
turning-
everything in its
turning
power
left
to.
and turning right. So also with AI, they've seen that basically they can the AI brain can kind of do the same thing, where it takes all these memories, but they're from the internet, all these experiences, but they're from the internet. They take everything and they compile it into a mathematical formula as to, yes, when I take this next step, I'll be fine.
And that's
I'll be
another
fine.
that's another thing.
So it's like,
mathematical formula.
We're
I'll let you finish your point.
But the human brain is basically just mathematic formula, and so it's. I'm just saying, like with the AI, they're getting very close to. Unfortunately, being very close to the human mind, just being able to take those things and form patterns. That's all the human brain is we just form patterns and figure it out.
Yeah. We that is.
And that's all AI is too. So we're very close. So
AI is a product of our own imagination, so it reflects us in that sense.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about AI in schools now?
No.
Okay. No, I want to talk about this.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Because this is actually a big point out there that playwrights, mathematicians, theorists will point out that like this is not something natural that we can control. It is a tough cookie to crack.
Yeah.
And we know enough to get ourselves in trouble. I've heard that saying a lot is that right now we are playing with fire.
Yeah.
And
but I don't think it's ever going to stop.
No, it's not going to stop. But it's like, how do we proceed from here?
On fire.
How do we proceed from here?
How do you proceed from here while you're currently on fire?
Apparently, there's AI that will counteract to see if students are using AI to write their essays.
Oh, that's good, because I know there's been a fuckload of people that have been doing that.
Yeah, because it works. It works amazingly. You want that A? You're going to get that A by asking Chat GPT
to write you
an essay about the historical preference between
because
19 something or other. And
they can go off of 100,000 essays that are on the internet
and amalgamate an original one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's mind blowing how much stuff is available to AI. More information than you've ever been able to consume in your life.
Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna
and also art. Like
speaking of art.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, go into art. What are you gonna say?
I'm saying is like.
They can just take all the art that somebody else already created and make something.
Yes.
But it's not original. It's not.
But it is. It is original. It's an original piece. It's like if you look at it and compare it to anything else, there's nothing else like it.
But it's
it was made by a computer. So how do you regulate that?
Off of everybody else's. But it's off of
the human
but it's off of
consciousness.
It's off of 100,000 paintings rather than just one.
Yeah, or the whole album, the whole discography of a creator.
Yeah, exactly. So that's super deep. I love
this. This is probably the deepest we've ever gone
on robots.
On Small Town Jakes.
Ribbits.
Hashtag Small Town Jakes.
We just did an episode called Hashtag Deep last week. So
yeah, and I feel like this is deeper than,
this is deeper.
Than Hashtag Deep.
We're super into the robots. So I just had a question. Sex robots. Question mark. Sex robots. Yes, no, good, bad.
Yes, good.
Good. Yeah, I feel the same way.
Talking about incels, you're talking about people that are sexually frustrated that like commit acts of crime.
Yes, exactly.
That
sex, abusive, rape, shit like that. Robots
can contribute to
exactly
to emotional understanding to help.
Well, no, just like I mean, for these fucking horrible. I mean, if you are a sexual predator,
you're horrible.
Please stop fucking listening to my fucking podcast and go kill yourself. But I'm saying,
rough, but yes, I hear what you're saying.
Well, no, I mean that's just how we feel on the Small Town Jakes podcast.
Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah. But it is the sex robots that they're coming out with. I feel like that is going to really help with
creates a
but
companionship for people that like can't find their own companion. But like,
no,
how
I'm
far
just-
does
I'm
that
just-
companionship
yeah.
go? That you know, like,
I
is
just
this in a
feel
bad
like-
territory,
Yeah.
or is it like?
No, it's good. It's great. I love it. I think it's really gonna take down on the rape and murder, in the statistics. Like, I mean, there's a lot of that. Most serial killers.
Unfortunately,
But if you have a robot that you can just do that stuff to at your house and keep in your basement,
victimless crime.
yeah, exactly.
I'm with you on that one.
All right, okay. So next thing, I do like AI because deepfakes are hilarious.
Deep fakes. Oh my
Deepfakes,
gosh.
all these ones, the celebrities and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Have you heard about the AI version of
I saw.
what was the quarterback from Patriots? What is his name?
Wayne Brady? No.
Yeah,
No.
Brady.
Wayne Brady is the
Tom Brady.
Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady will choke a bitch.
Yeah.
No, he is from whose line?
But
Yeah,
Tom Brady,
yeah.
the AI wrote and deepfake wrote a comedy stand-up for Tom Brady, and it was actually pretty funny. I must say, it was pretty funny. He talked about sucking his own dick in his own voice. It was hilarious.
Just how they do
It was
the
ridiculous.
voice and the mouth, like the everything. It's very scary. So maybe somebody will deepfake us sometime.
I can only
I don't
hope.
think we
I
can
can
only
only
be
hope.
that popular. Do you have anything else? I mean, I'm kind of out for this episode. Consciousness.
Really, I want to touch on the art with, like, you know, how much this is infringing. I've already had 2 beers. You know,
Right.
I'm like, I can't
infringing
pronounce things.
on artists.
On artists and creatives.
Yes,
Like, this is totally like alienating creatives. Like,
It is.
like this is what we do. You know, I'm a creative.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and it's like I do these podcasts. Like, I don't know how much. I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none. And it's like, this is what I do. I like to I love to talk. I love to tell stories. I love to do this shit, talk to people and stuff. And like that's what I have. So it kind of sucks that Chat GPT
Can come up with a better version of this podcast than we can.
Yeah, so I really appreciate you guys listening to my real human voice telling you guys about this.
Yeah, and listening to our and
yeah, exactly. Our human imperfections.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're about done.
Yeah. I think that was a good conversation about AI, and I really am excited to hear back from anybody who's listening about their thoughts about anything that we talked and about.
Yeah. Please, if you guys have more knowledge about it and stuff, let us know. But like,
yeah, we're not experts.
Yeah.
We schooled up on like a couple days, and we just like we wanted to put this out because we feel like it's important and it's a good topic to talk about.
Just saying, watch yourself. There could be a robot right behind you.
Robot. We're gonna get that robot. All right, guys. Thanks again for coming out and listening to our bullshit, and I hope everybody has a good week and a good weekend. It's still the summer where we are in time and in place.
You got it for a little bit. All right, we love you. Jake Carruthers, sign out.
Jake Wilson saying sayonara.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Small Town Jakes podcast. Wilson.
Poop. And we're back for a little quick deep thoughts with
Welcome.
Jake Crothers and Jake Wilson. This is the last little bit of the episode. We couldn't end it just on that. We wanted to add a little bit more. So take it away, Jake Crothers.
So welcome back to the After Hours. And I just have one quick thing that I have written down here. Just kind of a deep thoughts. I know last week we kind of went super deep. So I just want to do one thing here. So here's a little life quote to live by. If you don't find farts funny, then you're a loser.
Amen.
Because you're choosing to have less joy in your life, but the same amount of farts.
I fucking love that.
So think about that, everybody. Like, just fucking think about it.
And with that, we'll close it down for the night. I hope you all enjoyed that episode and definitely
Laugh
subscribe,
at farts.
like this episode,
Laugh at
help
farts.
share it to everybody. Include a friend in this conversation that we've had. So
We love you guys. Please laugh at farts. Good.
nice. This has been a weirdly awkward production.
But wait.